been around forever, has some of the darkest history ever, which we'll talk about when we get there. But it's also the first abandoned place that I ever went to. So in a weird way, it's set up really nice and beautiful, almost like a cemetery. And you're allowed to kind of walk the grounds as well. So it's gonna be cool. It's called Medfield State Hospital in Massachusetts. So I mean, obviously I'm from Massachusetts, if you guys don't know. So it's like a personal kind of vlog for me. This is the place I go to. Even if I'm feeling sad or if I'm thinking of new ideas for YouTube videos, I like to actually go there, walk around, and just create ideas when I drink coffee. Just sip my coffee and I'm walking around there. It's a really personal area to me. It's weird to others, but to me, this is just it's my spot. Oh, my hair or my forehead touched this? I don't know. What is up, explorers? We're back with another video. This video is actually really cool. We're at an abandoned house that was built in the 1800s, 1893 to be exact. Now the guy who owned this house, his house was then passed on to his son, who then owned it for the remaining years. I don't know when his house was seized, but what happened was the guy did not pay his taxes. Now this guy who owns the house was doing a lot of business on the side, dealing with a lot of different incomes. He was making a lot of money and he just did not pay his taxes. The government seized his house and everything he had with it, which was actually a lot of cars. This place has a junkyard of cars and his house is here. We're in a nice field. I'm getting amazing Walking Dead vibes here. This is the kind of stuff I like. This place is super interesting, guys. We're gonna get inside here and go through it and explore this place. But this house is the oldest house in this town. Built in the 1850s. All the people around it and neighbors know who these people were. They were so wealthy. The owner was a Kodak investor and a founder of Kodak the Camera Films. He was also investing into other businesses as well. Her wife was a poet, but a famous poet to the point where she still has to this day books on Amazon, which is cool. She was talented. She was in the filmmaker industry as well. And then they had grandchildren, of course. This house was owned so long ago to the point where like they don't have to pay any tax on their land. I don't know the rules about that in the United States history. I didn't know that if you own something so far back and you keep inheriting it to your grandchildren that you don't have to pay any taxes on their land. But that's interesting. I did not know about that. The things you know as you go, right?
This penitentiary was actually ranked by the Department of Justice in the top 5 most violent correctional facilities in the United States of America.
No way.
Wow. They actually called it Blood Alley.
This place itself is definitely haunted. It has over 93 deaths, all done by execution. 9 of them were done by the electric chair and the rest were all hung. Charles Manson actually tried to stay here.
We believe there's a lot of souls hanging out here and people capture evidence of that all the time.
That's not me. Right here in this room is where somebody was murdered. Make yourself known.
It's so cool. Oh my God. I don't even know where to start filming because what I heard is that there's 80 rooms in here. It goes 100 feet tall too. I'm not gonna probably go to Detroit. I ended up in Detroit. You know, we hit Gary. It was an eye-opener. I wanted to go to Gary forever to get those shots, and we did it. I'm not saying it's what the news portrayed, because you know every dark place is light. So there's there's good and bad people everywhere. But it's just in general things are really bad out here. You know, there is abandoned stuff everywhere, more than I've ever seen anywhere, and it's crazy. I mean, to start this video off, we're going to Cooley High School. It's an abandoned school. It opened up in 1928 and closed in 2010. It closed in 2010 just because of the decline in enrollment. No one was coming to school, people were dropping out, and it wasn't just that, there was a lot of budget cuts too, and this was one of the schools that went out. So today's video is just a whole bunch of just Detroit abandoned. How much, as many as we can fit in one day before dark.
Oh, you come back.
We don't know how we're coming back yet. We never thought about that. Judging by the looks of this, surprisingly, this place actually is not abandoned, but we thought it was. There are people in here. I don't understand. I actually thought this place was abandoned. Like I assumed it was. Everyone was talking about how they think it is too. I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna get up here. But it turns out it's not abandoned. But who the heck stays here? I wanna go inside. Look at this. It's a ghost town. The power's on. What? We're getting the drone out.
Oh, dude, it's so cold up here.
It is cold up here.
Look how that looks like. It looks so creepy.
Yeah. This is so epic though. Get it out, Cody! with nothing because it got robbed and no one knows why. A bunch of stuff said it takes so long to see their patients, things like that. So I don't know too much about it on why, if that's the reason. So other than that, with the bad reviews, what happened was this company ended up merging with another company and they made a bigger hospital. A hospital that has way more features. They did operate here. There is a morgue here, which is what we're trying to find, which is why I even wanted to make a video here, because I think it might be gutted. I think they recycled a lot of this equipment here and brought it to their next hospital. I don't know what they're doing with this building, but I'm almost sure they're gonna demolish this whole thing. So I give it like literally like 3 more months before this is probably gone. So we're gonna rush through here, see it while we still can, and we're gonna try to get that morgue shot. Yeah, let's get it, guys. We're filming here and it's dark, but there's power, so I'm happy.
Allegedly ambushed and murdered Trooper Brian Dixon on September 12th.
Let's go check it out. Yeah, what is up, explorers? Today we're inside this honeymoon resort here in the mountains. Now there's many more abandoned honeymoon resorts in this area. There's like, I want to say literally like 15. They all began to decline around the same time in fall. This one in particular has some crazy history in it. There was a cop killer that was actually hiding out in one of the resorts, and it happened to be this resort right now. They actually built an airplane runway deep into the forest, and he was actually hiding out in there, but it was connected to this. People would fly in here and just get out for a romantic getaway right here in this place. Now this resort had nightclubs, swimming pools, bowling alleys, a casino. It was popping. It opened up in the early 1950s and closed in the 1990s. So yeah, we're out here, let's explore it. So the lawyer that owned this house was in his 70s before he moved out. It was only until 2017 when he moved out. And we're only speculating this because on the pill bottles, they all say until 2017. It makes sense, and it looks like people did probably run out around 2017. This house still looks new, and they were trying to build it or finish building it or even remodel it during that time. We don't know why. This house is actually a gem. It's custom built. You're gonna see when we get up to the second floor, when you go into the attic, how it's custom built with spiral staircases. There's not too much history here, but the lawyer that lived there with his family also had 2 other people that weren't part of their family living here. We don't know too much about it. And the only thing we know is that they obviously all left. No reason or why it happened, but we think it's because they got old or something. But then again, even if they got old, why weren't the other people staying in this house? It's literally a house full of mysteries. We don't know, unless because they weren't finished building it maybe, and then something happened with the lawyer and well, the people that owned the house, and they got too sick. We don't know. But in his 70s, he ended up getting his license suspended. So he's no longer a lawyer. We don't know where anybody is anymore.